one of your successful endeavors in spreading Krishna consciousness is the starting of folk. How did you get this acronym FOLK? How did we discover this? Who was responsible for this? Can you share how it was started off? And for the audience who are hearing this, Jagan Mohan Prabhu also used to attend his classes. Most of the leaders who are in our temple, managing temples, have attended Prabhu's classes. It's all because of the folk programs we are able to inspire youngsters to take up Krishna consciousness seriously. Prabhu is founder member of the folk in that sense, which has given a platform for youngsters to visit dhams, understand spiritual life in a very tangible way. Prabhu is known for such presentation of Krishna consciousness. The PPTs which he takes up, the videos, the examples, the case studies which Prabhu gives is all mind-boggling. Prabhu, in depth, if you can share with us how it started and what was the motive behind it and all the scenarios which you feel so.
I would like to clarify one thing. Initially, when this program started, Plaza Prabhu introduced me. He is this thing, he's done this, he's great, he's great. Deep within, I knew these are all lies. He started folk. He's the one who did this thing. I'm nothing. I genuinely believe this is not to project that I'm a very humble devotee. I've done nothing. Little bit I have done, and I know internally what I am. Long way to go. I've done nothing. So many times it's little embarrassing for me. You started folk. So many people became devotees. You did this, you did that. Deep within, it's little embarrassing for me, but nevertheless, I have to sit here and hear that.
We'll embarrass you more, Prabhu.
It's little embarrassing for me, but again, people may think, "Arey, बैठ के मजा कर रहा है, सुन रहा है." It's not a fact. It's not a fact that I started folk. It's not a fact that I did great things. In fact, I did great mistakes. I did great blunders. Nobody talks about it, but I know. Having asked this question, folk, it was a small beginning. I don't remember how this word came. I think it was existing before. May not be in a formal way, Friends of Lord Krishna. I think there was one competition organized for students and it was called. Then Rajiv Lochan Prabhu was taking some classes. We started calling that, it was not very organized. That class was called folk class on Saturday and all that. To give a formal shape, to make that logo, somehow I was involved. That logo what you use today with the Krishna hand and that hand.
One of the hand is of Jagan Mohan Prabhu in that image.
So there was one folk boy who came with his friend who was from Pesit College. And he came to the temple and introduced me that friend that he is into designing. He's a very creative person. So that time we had, launched this folk program. So I asked him, I didn't know even what is logo in those days. What is logo? I don't know. So I told him that just like ISKCON Bangalore, ISKCON ka logo hai. Maybe I didn't use the word logo. I said, we have a program called folk. Can you help? So he gave 2-3 options, and again, maybe Lord's intervention, he came up with this idea of that hand holding, and it was so nice, Krishna holding the hand of this thing. And since then, that has been the logo of folk. So I consciously remember how it was designed and how it was approved and how we liked it. And folk was there. And when I started folk, it was quite small. Today, every temple has folk, many folk guides are there, many folk hostels are there, residencies are there. That time it was very small. So again, Lord's grace, it became big. and successful.
Yes, Prabhu. You're particular about your health. What is the secret of your health? Because in Bhagavad Gita also we hear we have to be yukta viharasya, but we end up harming our health for reasons known to us, but still we don't endeavor to take care of our health. So any practical doable tip for all the audience who are watching this, at least if you can do these things, that is fair enough. From your personal experience of 40 years of maintaining good health in Krishna consciousness, physically, mentally and spiritual. Prabhu.
In Krishna consciousness, we come to understand that we are not the body. So a natural consequence of that understanding would be that I don't have to take care of this body, because this body is material. I am spiritual. But the right understanding is that even though it is material, even though it's a yantra, but if we have to serve Krishna, we have to take care of this yantra nicely. We have to avoid two extremes. This is something which I use quite often. Devotees laugh at it, at least in Jaipur. Avoid two extremes. And I also laugh. I also enjoy. So one extreme is, people going to gym 1 hour, 2 hours, running marathons every day, spending 2 hours. That is one extreme. We don't have time for that. We should not waste that much time. The other extreme is this body is material. We should not spend time taking care of the body because it is Maya. That is also other extreme. Body, since it is yantra, it follows certain laws. Just like car, you have to go and check the pressure of air in the tire. You have to check and get the car serviced regularly for it to work efficiently and nicely. Likewise, it is very important that we take care of this body. Otherwise, maybe not in the short term, long term, we might face health issues because of which our service will get impacted, our sadhana will get impacted. There was one thing which getting circulated on WhatsApp. Jadu Rani was asked, she was not keeping good health, and they approached Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, no, you should take care of the health. And then he said, you prioritize like this. So he wrote health as number 1. Again, we should not quote out of context. This is just to say that taking care of this body reasonably is not Maya. Some bit of exercise, some bit of pranayama, if we have some health challenges, little bit of walking every day. If we are jumping, dancing, participating in kirtan, doing nice, sadhana, walking around, doing japa, lot of exercise is already incorporated in our schedule. But many times we may be sitting in one place, or in the kirtan time we may not be jumping and dancing. So some bit of physical movement is required. So I try my best, although sometimes schedule does not permit, but I try my best. At least I'm aware of the principles. Knowing, doing gap, maybe at least that knowing is there. And I try. Some principles what I follow is doing some exercise every day, and trying as far as possible to be regulated in our eating, sleeping, not to eat late in the night. Today after the talk, I'm going to eat at 8 o'clock. Generally, I eat by 6 o'clock. So these are a few things: exercise, drinking enough water, following a regulated schedule. And Krishna also says one who is regulated in his eating, sleeping, recreation and work, one who eats too much or eats too little, sleeps too much or does not sleep enough cannot be yogi. At times, it may appear that you are selfish. At times, even to me, it appears it's selfish. Yesterday, that program was going on at 10 o'clock. I walked out. It may look like, I've come all the way. Let me finish the program. Devotees will feel bad. But, somewhere you have to be selfish. You cannot do everything. You can sleep at 12 o'clock in the night, but you're not a superman that you can get up at 3 o'clock and do your morning sadhana also. Somewhere you have to compromise. So I try to not compromise on sadhana. I try not to compromise on some basic things which I try to do every day.
Just to add upon what you said, Prabhu, once you were suffering from acute back pain and not taking the two extremes, you may quote that example further. When Madhu Pandit Prabhu said something to you and something happened. So that was the thing which balanced the two extremes. If you wish to share that experience of
So
yours.
I had backache for a long period of time. I think it was for about 2 years, and it was quite severe. And I was very badly impacted. Once there was, just like you have books marathon. So when the temple construction was going on, Madhu Pandit Prabhu announced a marathon. So I went to his office. He had Prabhupada shoes in his office. So he kept on my head. So I took it very seriously. I said, okay, it's a need of the hour. Temple is getting constructed. He's expecting from me. So that month, I remember I worked very hard. I used to go at 8:39 in the morning and come back at 8:39 in the night. I remember 10, 12, 14 hours a day. Again, I would like to share how this back pain started. There was one person near Banarghatta Road. Again, Krishna has a higher plan. Those days, membership was 7,000 rupees, 7,777.
90s, bro.
Huh?
90s, 97,
90s. So I went to his office and convinced him to become a member. He said, okay, I'll become. He says, come and collect the check tomorrow. So next day, all the way 30 kilometers to the temple, I have back pain, some bit of back pain, and not exercising because marathon is there and things like that. And those days roads were not good, lot of potholes in the auto, it's bouncing and all that. Travel all the way 25 kilometers to collect that check. Went there, he said, Swamiji, check is not ready, accountant is not come tomorrow. And he would not say, he'll say, very confident, come tomorrow. Can you believe I've never come across a person like that? I have gone to collect that check 60 times. 60. A time came when I started scolding him. ऐसा थोड़ा ना होता है क्या? आपने कल बोला था देंगे, आप क्यों नहीं दे रहे क्या? नहीं स्वामी जी कल आना, कल पक्का यहाँ रेडी होगा, मैं भी नहीं होऊंगा तो चेक रेडी होगा, टेबल पे पड़े होगा. Tomorrow you go, no check is ready. Then I've never came across a person like that. No guilt feeling, no this thing, Swamiji is coming all the way. People like that in this world. 60 times, and after that also I have not got that check. A time came and I started scolding, shouting at him. Imagine to a donor, he has to give donation, I am shouting at him. Because that was circumstances. You told me yesterday it will come, you said it will be ready. What is this? This is nonsense. And he said, नहीं स्वामी जी कल हो जाएगा, पक्का हो जाएगा. अगर मैं भी नहीं होऊंगा, ये अकाउंटेंट है, इसके पास आके अकाउंट ने पूछो, कुछ नहीं सर बोल के नहीं गए कुछ. Imagine 60 days, every day with this thing, you'll get the check. So Krishna on one side has shown this, other side Krishna has also shown, you walk into the office, you come out with a 5 lakh check. Both extremes Krishna has shown. Has a higher plan, wants to teach us something. So in that marathon period, day after day, traveling, not taking care of the health, no exercise and all that, then I started suddenly feeling one day that, never experienced back pain. Suddenly there is pain here, backside. And then I thought maybe some strain, and one day I'll take rest or something. It's not going. 2 days over, 5 days over, 1 week over, 10 days over, more and more uncomfortable, more and more I'm going in the auto, its jerks are coming, and more it's aggravating. So I became panic stricken. Actually, I got very much affected. I went to Dr. 1, he diagnosed, did X-ray, nothing is coming. Then went to another doctor. He did MRI. Nothing is there. He says, Prabhuji, some spasm hoga, some strain hoga, take rest, take bed rest. Again, it is not going. It went on for months together. Doctor 1, Doctor 2, Doctor 3, Doctor 4, Doctor 5, Doctor 6. So many doctors I went. Then I went to Madhupan Prabhu one day because he also knew that I'm quite disturbed, and because of which I'm not able to, it's impacting my services and all that. So one day I went and almost cried. I said, Prabhu, back pain is not going. It's very intense. What to do? So then he said, I still remember. He said, we all preach to the world. I'm not the body. We are spirit soul. This is the time to practice what we preach. We are so attached to the body. Even when I am talking about health, who knows, it is because of attachment to the body. We may be glorifying ourselves. I'm a great person, but who knows, it may be attachment to the body. So he told me that thing. It was very touching. And yes, it's a fact. Bhagavad Gita is not just for preaching, it is also for practicing. Krishna says, Agama payano anityastam, learn to tolerate. So Prabhu quoted that verse, tolerate. It will go. And then I went to many temples. I would like to share. Again, we should not offer specific prayers. There was one Narasimha temple in 11th Cross in Malleshwaram. I took again, I have not shared with anybody, with anyone. I went to many doctors, did not get any solution. I cried in front of the deities. I said, everyone is saying there is no problem, but I know I have a problem. Back is paining. When the auto, it is there, so much jerks is there, I'm not able to travel. Any doctor you do, he will do diagnosis. One doctor I went, his name is Srinivasan in 11th Cross, big orthopedic doctor. He flatly on my face told me, okay, Swamiji, this disc is there, no, between, he showed a model of the disc. He said the disc has become weak, have become this thing because of rupture, because of wear and tear. For the rest of the life, you'll have to live like this. At least somebody told on the face the truth. So now I started reconciling. But it was very badly impacting my service. Again, I have not shared with others. For about 3 years, I used to lie down on the auto and go for life membership preaching and go and park the auto in some place, whole day do Padyatra, because you cannot travel in the auto because a lot of jerks and all that. So APMC Yard, Brigade Road, Commercial Street, all this I have a lot of members. Whole Commercial Street, there'll be some 100 members, all because Padyatra, shop to shop, shop to shop, shop to shop, like that. APMC Yard, go and park the auto and then whole days in that campus and then come back. So I used to lie down in the auto and go. So there was a temple in Malleshwaram. I have not shared with anybody this thing. First time in my life I am sharing this. So I went to that Narasimha temple, and again, poor fellow, I told, 1 full month I will come with back pain. Please help me. Please help me. And 1 full month I went to that temple from Rajajinagar to Malleshwaram. At times even walking night, because those days it's not Uber, Ola, you book a cab and you can go. And Narasimha protected. Today I don't have. For 3 years, 4 years, I had very severe back pain. But by Lord's grace, Krishna's grace, Narasimha's grace, I'm perfectly okay now. And I can take credit. I have done. I know this exercise. I do this exercise. I have a rigid schedule. Ultimately, Mare Krishna Rakhe ke, Rakhe Krishna Mare ke. All these big doctors. Actually, I cried in front of the deities because I could see that all this medical science is of no help. Big doctors, MRIs, this scan, that scan, everything is showing nothing is there. But I know something is there. I'm not able to travel. It is paining. How can I believe the doctor nothing is there? They said it's all in the mind, you're thinking too much. Yes, I'm thinking too much because it's paining. Yes, it could be in the mind also, but it's impacting my service. I'm not able to travel. So then I prayed and finally I got a solution. I recovered and today I'm okay. So Krishna intervened again. I'm grateful.
Maybe because of this reason, we always talk about tolerance and humility, skills, and avoiding criticism among devotees. So, how important is that? Because we live in a community, even the folks or Krishna Ashriya, they have to gel together, be together. If that criticism is there, if this fault finding is there, and if you are not tolerant enough, it's going to affect us. Briefly, if you can just share things, how we can overcome those things.
This criticism, fault finding, I very strongly speak about in my lectures because I have seen it with my eyes, devotees spoiling their spiritual life. Seen with my eyes. I remember one devotee every day used to come up the temple in Hare Krishna Hill in his two-wheeler at 3 o'clock in the morning. I would also wake up early and go for a walk on Hare Krishna Hill. I would be chanting some rounds and 3 o'clock he would be coming up the scooter, two-wheeler. Then he would do the Jagaran Seva, 3:30 Jagaran Seva. He would chant his rounds, some 3 rounds, 4 rounds before the morning Mangala. He'll do Mangalarti also after Jagaran Seva. And then he will chant his round. By 7 o'clock, his rounds will be over. Very pakka in his sadhana. And when the Guru issue broke, today is not in the moment. He's not in the moment. He's practicing from his home. He would have not given up Krishna consciousness, but he is not in the moment. Whereas I have also seen devotees who, for whatever reason, they're not very strong in this sadhana. They don't wake up very early morning every day. Many times miss Mangal Arati, but they are continuing. And which is what Shastra is also saying, Vaishnava Aparad. And many devotees may not know that this is a very big trap. Even 10 offenses to blaspheme the devotees of the Lord who have dedicated their life. Familiarity breeds contempt. I strongly believe it. And I feel sad that devotees who get into this trap, they will be messing up their spiritual life. And somehow there is some rasa in fault finding and criticizing, blaspheming. World over, it happens. So that's why I alert devotees. Today morning also I was sharing. I try to share it in many classes. And it is important to mind our own business. There are a lot of knowing, doing gaps. We have so many things, so much projects which we can take up. So much we have to improve ourselves. Unless it is our assigned service, unless we have been asked to do, we should be so busy working on so many projects. There's so many projects. Improving our chanting is a project. Improving and sleeping in time and waking up in the morning is a project. Taking care of our health is a project. Regulating our sleep is a project. Improving our reading quality is a project. There's so many projects which we can take up. And if we are busy with this project, we have no time for all this thing of finding fault. This is not okay, that is not okay. This Prabhu told like this, he told like that. Why did he speak like this? We have no time for that. In fact, many times I feel I'm not doing justice to my duties of finding faults with the devotees. Because finding fault, not with the idea of finding fault, correct the devotee. It is important you find where somebody is going wrong and correct him at the right time. Unless it is our authorized service, we mind our business, keep busy with whatever we have been assigned to and work on ourselves. There are a lot of projects which we have to improve. and one life is not enough.
Bro, 2015, it was probably a turning point in your Krishna conscious career. You're comfortable in that sense with all those responsibilities in Hare Krishna Hill ISKCON Bangalore, well-known personality. People look upon you, and suddenly you get a call that you should not be here. You should be traveling to Maya Nagari, Mumbai, and you have to start from scratch a center there. How did you take it up? How it was informed to you? What should be the mood of a devotee who gets such challenges to do it, even for smaller service, if not opening a center? Prabhu, if you can share those
So it
experiences.
was not that I have to go. Chanchulapati Prabhu called me and he said that, would you like to go? He says, Bombay is a very important city and we also want a center there. Prabhupada, already anyway, temples are there, but HKM temple. And all along, I have been in Bangalore in a very protective environment. You don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about, all the facilities are there. Who is cooking? Who is there? The entire thing now I have to plan. So it was a little difficult, this thing. At times, will I be able to do it? And at that time, also, I was 2016. What is the age? 30, about 45, 48 years was my age. And again, Lord has been very kind. No dearth of resources. Whatever was needed initially, it was given. And we started off. And again, by Krishna's grace, Prabhupada's grace, things have become very wonderful.
Any challenge Mumbai per se? Any stories or experiences which will inspire a generation of devotees who would be watching this?
So we started off in a 3 BHK house in Mumbai. I was living in a Radha Krishna Chandra's palace in Bangalore. Ashram was very spacious, very luxurious in that sense. And then we came to Mumbai. It was a very different city, densely populated, all high-rise buildings. So very different from ISKCON Bangalore, and the entire responsibility is there, raising funds, of managing the devotees, managing the cook, managing the entire administration, registering the trust, all that. But I don't remember that it was very challenging. Whatever, again, the Lord's grace, whatever experience I have gone through in Bangalore, whatever exposure I have gone through, different departments, what I have led, I think it was not very difficult for me to handle it. Although the change was quite big, but it just happened. And by the way, for 2 years, I was connected with Bangalore. I was still the vice president, and every 10 days I used to go. Still, I used to conduct the MSG and EC meetings while I was in Bombay. So for 2 years, every week or 10 days, I used to go to Bangalore. So that way, the connection was not abruptly cut. So I was still connected to ISKCON Bangalore. Still, everything was happening there. Graphics designing was happening there. So I think the transition was quite smooth.
And in Mumbai, Prabhu, when you just took up for 5 years, 6 years down the line, there was a COVID and Mumbai was badly affected. So you started the short stories and Sunday classes online. So you were planning to move outside Mumbai for the safety of the devotees, and Mother Pandit Prabhu said it's okay. What was those scenarios? How those troubles shaped you? If you can share a few things.
So COVID time, as we know, Bombay was very badly affected. There was a time when all of us, all the devotees were supposed to lock. Only thing now, the challenge was the deities. How can we lock? And So I remember having called Madhu Pandit Prabhu. He says, things are becoming worse in Bombay. The infection is spreading, the COVID is spreading. There were a lot of deaths happening. All the hospital beds were filled. Can we go to some other temple? So we were thinking of coming to Ahmedabad. So I had called Madhu Pandit Prabhu. We had a meeting with the devotees. We said, should we go? Then only question left was the deities. We have Gaurnitai deities, big size deities, this thing. So almost we had decided that we'll go to Ahmedabad. And then I called Madhu Pandit Prabhu, and then he guided. He says, no, Krishna will protect. Narsimha will protect. And we stayed there. Fortunately, after that, things started improving, and people started getting hold of what was happening. Otherwise, when Janta Curfew happened, there was a lot of scare in the thing. What will happen? How many deaths will happen? How people will die? Nobody knew. Even to step out of the house, we were scared. So during that time, we were Madhu Prabhu took that soulful japa sessions. So all the devotees used to watch there in this thing. So it was blessing in disguise. We could spend a lot of time learning about chanting and few other things. And devotees also went through some austerity in Mumbai. I tried some kashayam for health because I am quite health conscious. There's something called a spirulina. Even now devotees remember green algae. So I made them drink that because again, everyone was talking about, infection you cannot stop. You have to increase your body immunity. So I was figuring out from internet, from YouTube, what can be done to boost the immunity. So somebody was saying, take kada, or so I was inspiring devotees to take. So even devotees sometimes tease me. You made us drink all that. On a lighter note, they understand the context.
Bro, you said there was apparently no challenges, but you are a small project planned for Powai Plaza, and donations were raised, things were set up, construction was done, interiors were done. A week before, you had to say
deities were ordered. It was ready to be shipped, ready to be transported. So we had, some of you may not know, we had planned a temple in Powai Plaza. We had taken the place. We had done all the interiors. It was about, I had spoken to Madhu Pandit Prabhu, the Prana Pratishtha was on 30th of that month. I think it was April month or something. And the society in which we were established, Powai Plaza, they were very much against a temple coming up in this thing. So they filed a legal case, and to cut the story short, we got a notice from the court for stay order. Stay means we cannot do the construction. We cannot proceed with whatever we have planned. So we tried going to the court and trying to vacate that order, and court legal system takes its own time. And eventually we know that it's a tough battle. So we dropped the idea. We had to wind up our plans, and
you had spent close to
1.5 crores. But luckily, again, I'm telling, Lord has been very kind. For the 4 years we did the preaching, we have so nice, wonderful devotees in Mumbai. The congregation. There are some Matajis who have gone, I know this episode will be watched by them. They have gone door to door collecting 5 rupees, 10 rupees. Bombay, we may call big cities, but they have gone shop to shop. Our temple is coming up, you contribute something. And hats off to all the devotees who contributed. Hats off to their devotion, their surrender. But when this was called off, can you believe? Again, with my folded hands, I thank all the devotees. Not one person complained. I just sent a WhatsApp message explaining the details, why, in what circumstances it is being wound up. We are not able to come up with this thing. In between, they would have talked, because everyone is at different level in their understanding of Krishna consciousness. But sometimes I've heard devotees saying a lot of people were unhappy. They were criticizing us or blaming us. That you spoiled the money. Nobody spoke. They understood. They have faith in us. They have seen our good work. In fact, 4 years, like what I told about, to establish a model where you're just preaching, you're not asking money. So that we did in Bombay. So people who were tenured 4 years, 5 years, they're attending our programs and they know they are really interested in giving. They're not interested in our money. They're interested in us. We had such kind of congregation, such kind of people. And there are people who are earning 50,000, but they have given 2 lakh, 3 lakhs. And when they know that it is not coming up, they did not blame us. They did not complain. They said, Swamiji, we understand. So again, we are blessed. Okay, we have that kind of a congregation, that kind of understanding this thing. I didn't find any people, doing a dharna, return our money. Nobody asked money back. There's one person who asked and we returned. He was having his understanding of Krishna consciousness. He was relatively new to Krishna consciousness. We returned. But otherwise, just like we took that loss in stride and everyone took it in stride. And again, we are seeing the Lord has a higher plan. In next 2 years, if things go right, we'll have a temple up and running in Mumbai.
Hari Bol.
Again, Lord has a higher plan where He wants to set up the temple, when He wants to manifest, where He wants to manifest. He has a higher plan. We are working sincerely. When the Lord will sanction. Bombay is not a small city where you can get land easily. Land is a very scarce resource in Bombay. In Bombay, we have one kitchen in Baikala, in South Bombay. For a 7,000 square feet of land, 7,000 square feet, this hall will be, I think, 15,000 square feet. This hall. Half of it. We are paying monthly rent of 16 lakh rupees. Monthly rent for 7,000 square feet of land. By Lord's grace, we have got 30,000 square feet of land nearby. It has been allotted to us in South Bombay. Half an acre of land.
COVID got over these challenges, and now there's a scenario where from Bangalore to Mumbai settle nahi hua, COVID ho gaya, you lost 1.4 constructing a temple, and you were asked to go to Jaipur. How did you take this? How did you tolerate? How did you accept this challenge? And how it was told to you? And who told you this to do?
And this is very interesting. One time, this GBC meeting was happening. There are 9 GBC devotees, so we were having an online meeting. So then, Jaipur, it was decided that some senior devotee should go because there was a need for leadership there. So the discussion came up, who has to go, who has to go. So somebody proposed my name. In fact, Chanchulapati Prabhu said, Jaipur devotees are asking, because Chanchulapati Prabhu was the GBR of Jaipur temple. So he says, Jaipur devotees are asking, if GBC is genuinely interested, then why are they not sending AmitasanaPrabhu? If they are genuinely interested in this thing, why are they not sending? So he quoted that in the GBC meeting. So he said, why don't you go? I said, Prabhu, please, Bombay, so much to be done, so much I have made plans, so much of this is happening. And I quoted because I didn't want it to go.
In the previous 2 GBC meetings, there was a lot of pressure on me to also manage Jaipur as a temple president. But I was pushing it back very strongly, saying that here we have invested so much, and so much of prana has gone, so much of energy has gone, and I was reluctant. And I also said that I have come here to prove another model, and by Krishna's grace, it is Now we are seeing the fruits after 3 years. But all the congregation devotees, all the folk boys whom we have invested so much on, if we just leave them on the lurch now, in one sense, what we have invested on them can go waste. So the model what we are trying to implement and show that this is an alternate model which other temples can also try to follow, the preaching model.
So where there is a will, there is a way. Where there is no will, you have an excuse. So I had a lot of excuses. I had a lot of this thing. I quoted this thing is there. They say, Prabhu, you don't know this. We have built up this. It will all fall flat. I am the one who is doing everything and everything will get spoiled. So he understood everything. And then he said, okay, but Jaipur is very important for us and there is a need. Why don't you look? Every week you can go, it's nearby, direct flight is there, you can look at it. Somehow it will happen. Very reluctantly, I was still saying, no, Prabhu, giving excuses. Heart of heart, I know, how can I say no? We are missionaries. Wherever the need is there, we have to go. I cannot be selfish. I cannot have my own plans. Whatever Krishna wants, I should be doing. Reluctantly, this nobody knows, reluctantly, because there was so much pressure in that meeting, I agreed. So Madhupandiprabhu told Swayakta Prabhu, who documents all the GBC resolution in our meetings. So he said, please inform the devotees, send a circular GBC resolution, let them put on the notice board that Amitasana Das has been appointed, he will be coming to Jaipur. This meeting happened at around 9:30 in the night. Then at 10 o'clock, it's time to sleep. I am not able to sleep.
So in one sense, if you ask me, my situation yesterday night was that of that Arjuna, I will not fight. I'm being honest with all of you. So yesterday night, I couldn't sleep. Then I went down till 2 o'clock. I was chanting. I chanted 12 rounds. And then today morning I got up. I just slept for 2 hours. So my state was, typically I can now understand what is, actually it was cold sweat. You understand what is cold sweat? You're nervous and anxiety because the entire responsibility will come on the shoulders.
Jaipur, 85 devotees. I'm a little quote-unquote peace-loving person. Jaipur, such a big community, big temple, additional response, plus Bombay. Till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I remember getting out of that apartment, 2 o'clock in the night, walking. At 5 in the morning, again I'm giving chronologically, nobody knows about it. 5 o'clock in the morning during chanting time, I called Swayakta Prabhu. I said, hope you have not sent that notice to Jaipur. What if it's already put on the notice board? I said, hope you have not sent. He said, no, I have not sent. He said, wait a minute, don't send. I'll speak to Madhupandiprabhu. Although the resolution is passed in the GBC meeting. So I called up Madhupandiprabhu at 7 o'clock in the morning. I said, Prabhu, this is the problem, this is the thing, I have this concern, I have so much responsibility, Bombay, everything will spoil, this thing. So he said, you don't know how much important Jaipur is for us. If you are not going, I am going. You tell if you're not going, I am going.
Don't do too much material calculation if in some situations. What one cannot do if one has faith in Srila Prabhupada and Krishna, it is for him. If I did material calculation beyond a point, this temple would have not come up. It's gone Bangalore. This is called taking risk for Krishna as it is the need of the hour. Fear of failure and fear of complexity is also a weakness. It is opportunity for you to grow internally. Obviously, it is not Maya's offer. How can Krishna's offer be refused? Don't be attached to the goalpost. By higher arrangement, it should be allowed to be reset. Your 30% time given to Jaipur may enhance the Mumbai preaching. After all, it may be opportunity coming knocking at your doors, but you are seeing it as a problem. For instance, it can bring more manpower for expanding preaching in Mumbai. I am the GBR and I will spend more time strategizing with you. So this is MPP's message.
I said, Prabhu, I'll go. So he said, Jaipur is very important for us. Such a big temple, such a big yatra. we have 6 acre of land, temple is coming up, 80 devotees are there, they are asking for you, why are you not going? If you are not going, it is very important, I will go. Then I said, yes Prabhu, I'll go. I was very scared. Then I had a meeting with all the Bombay devotees. That video recording is there of all that meeting. So I told all the devotees, I said, okay, this last night GBC meeting happened. They have asked me to also handle Jaipur temple. I hope you will be able to manage here. I will keep coming every week, 10 days. This is the need of the hour, so you will be able to manage. So can I accept this? Although I had accepted it, can I accept it? Can I proceed with this responsibility?
So need all of you to support in that whole endeavor by contributing to the devotees' faith.
I also feel the same, that it's the need of the hour and it can be taken, that responsibility. And then all the devotees, I think they will like to support you in the best possible manner by taking care of their sadhana. And what all time we were consuming of yours, maybe because of some issues which are avoidable, we would like to avoid all those issues. We'll try to be even better in sadhana.
But definitely, the kind of training you have given us, we will try to follow you wherever you are, irrespective.
In your absence, Prabhu, we will ensure that we will cooperatively work with each other and try to be more and more self-directed.
Your Prakata form, we will be missing you, but Prakata form in Excel sheet, you are there. And our Excel, our work will go on. Definitely in our own way, we'll try to help you, whatever support, and nothing going to change in our sadhana, all this. We'll definitely support you. Whatever extra work you give, we're ready to accept that. As a family member, we'll all work together for Mumbai Yatra.
In Mumbai Yatra, we'll cooperatively together proceed, all devotees. We'll try to walk together, give more shoulders to other devotees, as well as we'll also take their shoulders so that we rest on them. This is how we'll try.
We will try to do our best. We will try to help you out. Whatever we are doing, we keep on doing in a better way. Our sadhana and services, and apart from this, any other services is required to do, we'll definitely do.
So I also feel that the need of the hour can be there, especially when organization is created. Maintenance is very important. Like Lord Vishnu has taken the position of maintainer. So like that, all the centers, devotees require leaders like you.
Devotees are insisting. It's a need of the hour. It's a great service. You are required there. So yeah, I would, if at all I can, I would like to encourage you. Would you please go ahead and handle the temple, all the devotees very nicely, so that they also can advance.
All the devotees readily agreed. Later I came to know why they agreed. Chalo, jaan chuti.
Excel भरनी नहीं पड़ेगी.
And even now I laugh with Shisha Prabhu and few other devotees. I tell them I'm coming to Bombay. I ask them, नहीं Prabhu ठीक है चल रहे हैं. सब कुछ चल रहा है. Prabhu जयपुर में आपकी need है, यहाँ पे जरूरत नहीं है. It's on a lighter note. So, but luckily, by Krishna's grace, we have wonderful devotees in Bombay, wonderful devotees now in Jaipur. Things are running very nicely. And I will not give any credit to me. Still, things are progressing. All the programs are flourishing. Devotees are doing well. Again, I'm grateful. The Lord has been very kind. So heart of heart, I tell you, I don't take credit. Although at a Vyavaharik level, people say you're doing great, you're doing well. Heart of heart, what is there to take credit? We have not done anything. It is still, we have to accept it. It's a little embarrassing at times when people say that you're managing 2 temples. How are you managing? We say, yes, I'm managing because I know this, I know that. No, it's not. I know this, I know that. We're managing because Krishna is managing. We are just following whatever. So it's happening.
Prabhu, the devotee culture in Bangalore is one level and Mumbai was different and Jaipur was totally different. So how do you manage those emotion and finer sentiments of devotees and help them out to tread the path of Krishna consciousness and work for the project which we have given by Srila Prabhupada to us. One thing which distinctly you can see that, if you can share those experience.
Somehow I feel even so-called devotees who are quote-unquote problem cases, or whose attitude is not good, or who are very negative in nature, but I see that they are devotees. They have left their family and joined the temple with all good intention. If today they are in that situation, we have to be blamed. As leadership has to be blamed. So I take that blame. Heart of heart, in fact, there was some meeting in Jaipur. I told the devotees, this I should share with all of you. There was once a company which went around, started acquiring other companies which were not doing well, other clubs which were not doing well. You know, some companies, they are in expansion spree, they acquire other companies. So this company went on acquiring other clubs which were not doing well, which were financially not doing well. So the CEO of this company was asked, when you acquire that company which is not doing well, so I'm sure when you acquire that company, you'll be changing all the employees, because after all, employees make the company. If the company is not doing well, that means employees are not doing well. They said, no. When we acquire the company, we don't change the employees, we change the leader, which is a fact. Today, if there's a problem, it is a problem because of leader. So I believe that. I don't believe that devotees are bad. Devotees are bad because we have not guided them properly. We should take the responsibility. Nobody is bad by nature. Nobody has come determined that I have to be bad. Today, if he is negative, circumstantially, he has become negative. So we have to take the responsibility. So I do that. Heart of heart, as a Vyavaharik level, maybe I will have to scold that person. But heart of heart, I take the responsibility. Yes, it is because of our mistake. Today he is in this kind of situation. He has left his family, left his parents. He has come to serve the Lord. Today, if he is in a problem or he is a problem case, it's our mistake. So with that mindset, with that consciousness, I try my best to help that devotee. And I think, human psychology is when people can understand the intent. Initially, yes, Jaipur devotees took time to understand me, but I feel now, although I am not able to spend too much time with the devotees, they understand that I am fairly reasonable. I am not there to lord over them, to control them, to put the thing. Even though I tried putting some system and all that, they realize the intent is good. The intent is to help. Even if the systems may not be palatable in beginning, the intent is to help them. Intent is to help the organization. So I think that bonding has happened, that understanding has happened, and as a result, I see I'm very positive, I'm very optimistic. Wherever we are now, very soon it will be much, much, much better. And a time will come very soon when Jaipur, Mumbai, it will be very exemplary temple. Devotees will feel proud that yes, we are part of a yatra which is vibrant, which is doing well, and we have very nice culture there in the temple. So I'm confident about that.
Prabhu, you had that fundamental faith in chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then when the resources were depleting in the Jaipur Yatra, and you made sure that people chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that commitment of chanting some extra number of rounds apart from the regular number of rounds. And I've spoken to devotees after that holy name being chanted vigorously and fixed number of rounds by every devotee, the project has launched. How do you see this? And if you can share those experience of the holy name.
I started this on Ekadashi, got inspired by Madhu Pandit Prabhu and started the sankalp of chanting extra rounds on Ekadashi. But tell you very honestly, very frankly, we did that for about 6 months or so. I used to push devotees and I also used to chant for a while. But slowly on Ekadashi day also got busy with so many things. I stopped chanting extra rounds. But I'll give credit to Anant Sesha Prabhu. He is in Jaipur, he is the vice president. Even till date, every Ekadashi, the sankalp is announced of 500 extra rounds. And even if other devotees are not there, he is there, leading in the front, doing his rounds, and he is a source of inspiration for many devotees. So today, if you are asking this question, my faith in holy name, I think credit goes to him. He is keeping that sankalp on, and seeing him, other devotees are doing it. I am not doing it, so let us give credit to him.
It's very enlightening and very happy that you have here and share your experiences from Bangalore to Jaipur to Mumbai. 1-2 questions, if the audience would be interested, they would be pleased to ask you something. Anyone in the audience from Krishna Ashraya or folk or even devotees who would like to ask something, please, Jagannath Sutaprabhu, you can give it.
Some hand is raised there.
Anyone who would wish to ask.
Sometimes, generally, people outside, by seeing our external practices, behavior, they end up believing that, suppose I am a very good devotee, disciplined, fixed up, strong. I hope in your life also some moments might have come where it looked like now no more. Means I may not continue, I may fall into Maya, I may lose Krishna consciousness. So such kind of spikes, they for a while they come. So can you share any of your such kind of experience where Krishna saved in that momentous hour of we can say emergency or accident, when you're about to fall into trap of Maya, and yes, then confidence came back, faith came back?
That happens every day. I strongly believe, not telling for the sake of telling, I strongly believe if Krishna is not so merciful, so kind, so magnanimous, so tolerant, so patient, I'll not be sitting here. And that's true with every one of us. We know how many mistakes we are consciously doing. Forget about all the mistakes we have unconsciously done. I have a strong faith. Today you can glorify me, quote unquote, in a senior position, but I know there's a difference between what's going on inside and what the world knows me. I know. That's why, quote unquote, sometimes I may appear to be humble. My respect for the Lord, that He is so kind, so magnanimous, so merciful, He has given more than what I deserve, is increasing day by day. It's a fact. Today I'll not be sitting here with all the mistakes I have done, with all the blunders I have done, with all the lacuna I have, with all the shortcomings I have. But still I am continuing, still I am getting respect, still I am being glorified. I should be crying. So Lord is very kind. So we all have to we make mistakes. Today we were talking about knowing, doing gaps. I have a lot of knowing, doing gaps. But Lord is very kind. Lord is very merciful. He is tolerant. So many mistakes I have done. And I know that Lord is merciful for all of us. Just that we have to continue, we have to be tolerant, we have to try our best to practice.
Anyone else has any question? Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, in your all the lectures, we have seen that so many short stories are there. So we all like that stories. Since my initial days, I used to watch your videos and all. So what is the source of that? All the stories, so many stories are coming up. In every lecture, you have different stories and very relevant stories. So for preaching purpose, how we can use and what is the source?
So 2 things I would like to share with you, which sometimes, when you hear something, it opens up another thing. I used to attend something called as Toastmasters. It's a communication skill. I went there for about 8 months or something. See, there are many things in this world which can be used in Lord's service. I used to go to Toastmasters Club. Most of the Toastmaster Club were women who were coming. And women generally in Bangalore, they would go, "Hi Amit, hi." So I would say, "Hi." I mean, you're going there, you suddenly can say, "Namaste Mataji, namaste." Before you enter, "Hi Amit, hi." We'll shake the hands. Sometimes I try to say namaste, or sometimes before that I say, "Hi," you have to say. So I have gone there and attend this thing. One interesting thing which I came across in Toastmaster, I still remember, they talked about an example of a bottle. Bottle neck. You know, if a bottle is there, this bottle, if you have to pour water in this bottle, what is the constraint? Bottle neck. You cannot pour more than this. If you put more than this, the water will spill. Although the bottle can accommodate half a liter of water, but this is the bottleneck. That's why in English, isn't it? I'm a bottleneck. This is actual literal meaning. So even when audience, we have to convey some message, the mouth has to be open, right? So that the water can go in. If suppose this is closed, can I pour water inside? Right? I cannot. Even if I have a jug of water, if I have intent, I cannot pour water. Water will not go in. Or if I have whole jug, 1 liter of water, this bottleneck will become a bottleneck. Am I right? So in that talk, it was mentioned, what if we have a funnel? If I put a funnel on top of it, then I can pour water. The bottleneck is not a bottleneck. So that example, stories play that role. When you want to communicate something, people, philosophy, their mind, their understanding, their attention starts shrinking. You have a good philosophy, but it's not going in. I had a practical experience many years back. I used to take folk class in the afternoon at 2 o'clock. After the boys have come and done service in the temple, and they have had heavy lunch on Sunday afternoon, they would sit in the folk class and I am supposed to give a talk. So I would start my talk after 15 minutes. Boys, because whole day they have got up early in the morning, done seva in the temple, had heavy lunch, and 2 o'clock they are hearing Prabhuji. Big austerity. So that time I had this knowledge of bottleneck. So I would go with some stories ready. Moment I would see that people are, once upon a time, there was Akbar and Birbal. क्या हुआ अकबर को, क्या हुआ बीरबल को? Everyone attention is. I've practically seen. I've woken up people sleeping. My conviction in this has increased manyfold. You may have the best of philosophy, but what's the use if people are sleeping? So always when I prepare for class, consciously, first I look for stories. And around the stories, then whatever purport is mentioned, whatever this thing is, I look for stories around what is mentioned in the purport. Now, how will I find stories? Where there is a will, there is a, how will I find? So over the years, I have collected about 900 odd stories and all are indexed. If anyone wants, you can ask. So index, moment there is, on purport it is mentioned about anger, modes of material nature. There's an index, you go to anger, there are 20 stories ready related to anger. You pick up those 2 stories and your lecture also is ready, and you're able to deliver it. Again, I'll not glorify myself. Somebody may be sarcastically saying, why are you using so many stories? Maybe why not speak philosophy, core philosophy directly? But I believe that stories, if they're driving home the point, it helps to communicate the message, to communicate the point, and people also likes hearing stories. You have to be little bit this thing, the story should not be totally, you should not give your own philosophy. It should converge to the point what you're trying to make in the purport. So I strongly feel that stories play an important role, and that's why I use it. I have a data bank of about 800, 900 stories, and constantly, whenever somebody is free, wants some seva, I give them this seva, they do that. Even one person is working on indexing it in a very different way, which will be much easier to use the stories. So that's how I do it. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, my question is, while doing devotional service, we actually want to protect our false ego and continue our devotional service. And we want to show our results also. But the moment that ego is touched, we become very much agitated. So how to use devotional service that actually burns our false ego rather than preventing it? Please help me.
You see, you might feel it little bad about this thing. For many of the questions, there are no ready answers. Again, when I'm saying this, don't feel bad. I'm not trying to shrug away. Every one of us in a different situation, different circumstances, different mindset, different programs, different upbringing, different crap, different vasanas, right? So there is no single thing I say you do this. Single things are there, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, all those things are there. These are all transcendental weapons, ammunition. But everyone's situation is unique. What worked for me may not work for you. The principle what we have to follow is, just like morning I shared, we know that this is what I want to do, this is where I want to reach, and this is where I am. And there is a gap. The current reality and where I have to go. There's a knowing, doing gap. मुझे chanting अच्छा करना है, मेरे को chanting improve करना है, लेकिन chanting के टाइम पे नींद आता है, chanting के टाइम में mind इधर उधर भागता है, goes here and there. So there is a knowing, doing gap. The foremost requirement is not technique to fill the gap. The foremost requirement is to recognize the gap and have a burning desire to fill the gap. Where there is a will, there is a way. Krishna is very kind. Krishna is very merciful. You will get the answers. Dynamically, it will be revealed. What is required is a burning desire to fill the gap. There is no ready answers. If you ask me a question, Prabhu, I am feeling very lusty, what to do? I cannot give you a simple answer. I can say, don't look at women. But is that the right answer? Prabhu, you will say, Prabhu, I know about it, but still I am not able to control. Prabhu, how to improve my chanting quality? I will say, chant attentively. It's easy for me to say. When you are chanting, don't allow the mind to go anywhere. Chant attentively. Hear each and every word. Prabhu, I am trying to do last 20 years. So we all know what is the answer. I should not be egoistic. I should not get angry. I should be tolerant. I should be in Sattva-guna. I should not eat much. Everyone knows. So, first recognizing that there is a gap and an intense desire to close the gap. That's why I'm saying we all have many projects. Be busy with that project. There are gaps in all areas. Recognize the gap and work on them. Life is too short to fill those gaps. And some of these gaps are endless because There is no limit to how much you can improve your chanting quality. Today, never ever a time you can say my chanting quality has become perfect. Never ever will come. So keep working on it. Life is then very dynamic, very enlivening. It's not static. Every day is a new day. Every day is a new challenge. Every day you experience Lord directing you, guiding you, giving you new ideas. Keep working on that. You get some idea, implement that idea, see what is working, see what is not working, learn from it, and keep moving. Life becomes very interesting.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I have a question as someone still learning. I genuinely want to understand your perspective. Do you think the folk and ISKCON movements have been truly successful? Or is there greater impact yet? Based on the observations of the devotees, the 90s till now, you have seen everything. Do you feel that the concept of the truth of the Krishna consciousness have been fully revealed, or it is yet to come? Is there any big movement that we can see in our future regarding to Krishna consciousness and other things?
See, we all believe that we have done something, but there's a long way to go. And we also strongly believe that there is nothing called as perfection. We have to keep improving, you have to keep learning, and there is no limit to it. So have we done quite well? Are we satisfied? We are trying our best and try our best to learn, to improve. We cannot beyond a point control. Krishna is in control. All we have to do is become more and more sincere, work on ourselves. All this preaching results is secondary. You talked about ego, talked about this thing. All we have to do is, am I becoming more sincere? Am I learning from my mistakes? Am I becoming more and more surrendered? This is what we should be focusing on. And there is no limit to what we can do. There is no limit to how much we can improve. Constantly keep learning, keep improving, keep doing. Krishna will show us the way. That is my thought.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So we talked a lot about community living, especially relationship means one and more person. So whether it's a husband, wife, or devotees together. Have you ever come across a situation where, because we're all from different backgrounds, where you came to a point and said, ya to main, ya to ye? And how did you reconcile such a situation?
The second part of the answer becomes very easy if I give an answer. I've never come across a situation. Because second part is how do you reconcile? There's no point in reconciling if you have not come across a situation. I think a lot depends as a leader is concerned. He should take the responsibility and he should be accommodative. He should empathize. He should see how I can improve things and never lose hope. This is my take on it.
I slightly differ, Prabhu, in the sense you're putting everything on the leader. But when we talk about a community, means everybody is putting their efforts into that. It's not just tali ek haath se nahi bajti. So natures. So what do you talk about devotees' nature or a person's nature? How long does it take for them to really recognize that, yeah, I need to also put effort, because leader is putting his effort?
No, as part of leader's effort is to make him aware that he has to put effort. Make him aware that he also is part of the problem. That is what I'm talking about. It is not that it's leader's problem. The leader's responsibility is, they say, when the plant does not grow, you help improve the environment by giving the right manure, right water, right temperature, the plant will grow. That is what leader's responsibility is. We can blame the plant that he is not growing, which is a fact. Plant is not growing, but he is in an ecosystem. So it's a leader's responsibility to improve the ecosystem. If he is not doing well in one service, maybe change the service. Nobody is a bad person. Nobody has come determined that I will this thing. No doubt, everyone is victim of circumstances, upbringing, this thing. So we have to see how we can focus on the strengths. If required, it has to be corrected by strongly dealt. We should do it. Ultimately, the buck stops on the leader. That's what I am saying. And we as leaders should take the responsibility.
Thank you.
Sometimes we play the he is like that. Yes, he is like that. Now, what are you to do with it? What are you to do it? So if we take the responsibility, then we will not blame people, blame circumstances. We will say, yes, what can I do? And we do. Usme bhi what is within my circle of influence, I do it, and rest Krishna will do. Many times we can say that he is like that, he is a gone case. He is gone case, what you can do? Do that. Who knows? Krishna has given us power, Krishna has given us position. Let's use it very judiciously to empower devotees, to enthuse them, to inspire them. Nobody has come determined that मैं बिगाड़ के ही रहूँगा, कर लो आप जो करना है. Nobody has come with that intention. He may be working like that, but what can we do is our duty.
So thank you so much, Prabhu, for creating such ecosystems wherever you are and furthering the ecosystem.
Hare Krishna.
Pleasure and honor to have you here. Thank you so much, Prabhu.